broadcast by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday in the almost 15 minutes broadcast. His first one at that as Nigeria's president to mark the independence celebration. Well, he didn't really say much in the almost 15 minutes recording. He kept on asking that we endure today to enjoy tomorrow, which was technically him repeating himself on his economic policies that have been just harsh. But significantly, he mentioned that 25,000 naira will be added to the salaries of low-grade workers for the next 6 months. Now, I can't exactly say if October is the first month, but whenever it does start, it will be for a window of 6 months. And maybe he's sure that within that period, the wilderness phase, as the Bible would put it, would have passed. And so, fingers crossed. Now, the earlier announcement by the president himself was only going to benefit workers from level 6 below. But later in the day, the chief of staff, Femi Gbajabiamila, announced that because of the uproar on social media, workers at all levels will now be beneficiaries.
6 months, the average low-grade worker shall receive an additional 25,000 naira per month. To ensure better grassroots development, we set up an infrastructure support fund for states to invest in critical areas.
Twitter, there was a lot of chatter on Twitter about the issue of low income workers only falling into the category of the wage bill. And they spotted that, and that has, we did communicate with Mr. President, and he quickly did say and agree that, that all categories of workers will be given the wage bill.
All right, let's have netizens come in now. Oba says, a few questions. What becomes workers' faith after 6 months? Question 2, would the state governors give the increment in their respective states? 3, does this address the rising cost of living? And finally, 4, what about the people in private sector? For this user, Edward, he says, I have never seen this type of policy increment of salary for 6 months. You created a policy that affects people for a lifetime and you're offering token. More reactions to this from another user. It says the same trying times they could not endure in 2012, that they had to instigate nationwide protests and violence. Some of his party men even suggested civil war. Shaking my head. For this user, he says, he should just give us dates. This better future is taking forever. Okay, let's see what will happen. At many netizens on Sunday threw a party on the streets of social media as they claimed to have been given an independence present that will go around by the United States. So Judge Nancy Madunado, who presided over Tinubu's stay of execution motion, ruled against him and in favor of Atiku Abubakar. Now, if you haven't really been following, Atiku is requesting access to Tinubu's academic records at the Chicago State University. He wants to have everything about him as far as that school is concerned, and his request was granted in August, but because the school had 48 hours to obey the court order, Tinubu quickly sent in an emergency appeal asking the court not to allow that to happen. So with Tinubu's appeal, the access was suspended, and then he proceeded to ask that if anything must be given to Atiku, then it should be selectively done, like not his age, not his gender, must be part of what should be given to Atiku. Now, Tinubu has been assured by the court that further appeal will be denied. The school has until 12 p.m. today, Monday, to release the document, while the school administrators would, under an oath, authenticate the released document on Tuesday, which will be tomorrow. So that's been it so far, summarily. Reacting to this, Femi says, God bless this judge. One person cannot hold over 200 million Nigerians to ransom because he's ambitious. It shouldn't be this hard if truly he graduated from same school. Also in reaction is this user, Hornet Crown, who says, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a true master of the political arena. He's cleverly aiming to drain Atiku's time and deplete his energy, all this while creating an illusion of pursuing attention relentlessly. Tinubu's maneuver to block Atiku's every move is bound to leave them empty-handed, having squandered a tremendous amount of time, effort, and valuable resources. You guys don't learn. But for another user, it says, revolution may start if the Supreme Court fails to sack Tinubu, provided the certificate he submitted is fake. And attaching this picture of Illebaye 2023 election, tweeting at Gowan_verifier, it says, Atiku to Tinubu right now. If you know what this means, definitely it's just unto kind of thing. And then let's move over for more stories now. So the police PRO, Muyiwa Adejobi, over the weekend shared this picture on his verified X account. And the caption was, we have beautiful and intelligent ones in the force. This is DSP David Victoria, secretary to the IGP. Happy weekend. Ireo, as he would always say. He wanted us to see how beautiful she is, intelligence that we don't see. Of course, he has seen that for him to have made this post. But let's see what netizens found in the picture. So this user says, a civil servant, DSP, with a phone worth close to $1 million, lol, Ireo. And then he retweeted this as a reaction, and he says, police officers are not paupers. Withdraw your statement. It's ridiculous to us to say a DSP cannot use Samsung Fold 2. You need to reason straight and be objective. Do you know what it is to be a DSP? So the query was that why would a police officer be able to afford the kind of phone that she was holding and then the wristwatch that she was wearing, which was over $1 million naira? That how could she afford it? Let's see more reactions. Mr. Macaroni, the comedian, says, Nigerian youth, he was also responding to Olumiyewa at this point. He says, Nigerian youths are not paupers. Over 95% of the Nigerian police will need to withdraw their statement and profiling of Nigerian youths that we have been made to suffer since all these years. It's ridiculous to us to say a Nigerian youth can't use a nice phone or dress nice or use a nice car. You and your officers need to reason straight and be objective. Do you know what it is to be a Nigerian youth? Just as he asks if you know what it means to be a DSP. And then Fire and Brimstone says, you forget she is a DSP. Go and verify how much DSPs collect and tell me if logically she can't afford it. With the payment plans in place, I would say it's feasible. Besides, secretary to the IG should come with its specs. It's not outside of reason. Well, this user now came with the salary structure of police, and he says the list there is for corporal 51,000 naira, and then the highest we have here is for chief superintendent of police, about 200,000 naira. But the focus here is the DSP rather, which is this deputy superintendent of police, and the salary is 170,000 naira. So that was it yesterday. And then he attached, here is the official salary, sir. Now, tell us what side hustle she has that can give her the wherewithal to afford a fold. That's the Samsung phone she was holding. Let's have more reactions to this. For Oyahire, it says, Limao, at times, please PRO no they know say, na the questions where men they ask for streets, na be this, he go explain tire. And finally, he says, don't mind him, same question your men ask citizens too. Them ask your officer same question, your muscle, the spark. And to our final story. Okay, so we have to go. We're going to congratulate Illebaye for winning 120 million naira from the Big Brother All-Stars edition that ended yesterday. Thank you so much for being a part of it. I'll see you again tomorrow. Again, happy independence to everyone.